That's awesome. So going back to more of the money side of your job,
Yep.
I know that NIL, we're about a year into it being
Right.
a law for NCAA. How have you seen NIL impact your job, directly, indirectly, your view
Yeah.
of it?
When I first wanted to be an athletic director, when I was probably a little younger than you, I was in college and I wanted to be an AD. I thought work with coaches, work with athletes, make sure we have the right kind of facilities. Never thought that you'd have to worry about state law, federal law, lobbying with our local delegation, if you will, on making sure that we have the right kind of law for our student athletes. But we've had to do that. We've had to do that the last couple of years. So maybe I have an honorary degree in like governmental relations or something like that, or a law degree. Sometimes I feel that way. So the cool thing about A&M is we're a leader in this space in terms of being on the forefront of helping craft the state law. So we talk to state politicians. We talk to our governmental relations staff about, hey, we'd like these things in the state law to make sure that it's done the right way. So I feel really good that we had an impact from that standpoint. So we were in on the forefront. And then what we've tried to do is educate all of you as athletes with all the different technology. So we have the Amplify platform, we have Influencer as an app. We've tried to do some educational sessions. We do things around finance and financial literacy and making sure that, hey, if you accept this product, maybe it's a car, maybe it's a scooter, there's taxes that you have to pay on that. That's not really just a free car, right?
People might just don't understand that.
There's a tax bill that'll come with that. And so one of the really neat things is there's a reporting mechanism. So what I've learned is that athletes are really diligent about reporting their contracts to compliance. So that's been a healthy thing. So we can catch anything that may not fit the state law or maybe a tax implication. Hey, reminder, you're going to get a tax bill at the end of the year. Make sure you have enough cash to pay that. So those things have been really cool. The thing that impacts our daily job is probably where this is going. We don't know yet. What does the future hold? Will the state law be adopted in a different way? Will there be federal legislation? Will, at some point in time, the universities be able to be more involved in NIL? Because right now, I can't come to you and say that I've got NASA as an entity and they want to arrange a sponsorship deal with you, Kennedy, or you, Jake. I can't do that. I can't set that up. I can't negotiate that.
Hands-off.
We have to just say, that's between you and NASA. Mm-hmm. We can't be involved in it. Now, we can educate you on the backside of that in terms of the contract, but I can't say, that's a bad deal, or, oh, that's a really good deal. You should take that. So could we be more involved at some point in time? Maybe. So the day-to-day part of it is, where's this all going? What's the future hold? How does sort of the enterprise of college athletics, we talked about raising $90 million, and that's great. We have $30 million left. But is that sustainable moving forward? We don't know yet, right? We think it is here at A&M. We're definitely on the right side of the equation. But do people start taking their money and saying, hey, instead of buying season tickets, I want to do NIL, which is great for the athletes. But then does that mean the athletic department can't sustain what we provide on a daily basis?
And
those are all the unknowns that we have to figure out.
And definitely sustain the non-revenue sports.
Right. That's right. And so what is sort of the model? So what I worry about sort of as part of my day job is, what does the model look like moving forward? And we just don't know. I believe it can be great. College athletics and higher education, going to class, monetizing name, image, likeness, those things can all go hand in hand. But in 5 years, what do we look like? In 10 years, what do we look like? We don't want to diminish opportunity by any means. And so that's kind of what impacts our day job is, what's the future hold? And at this point, we just have to deal with it. We have to roll with it. We have to be ready to pivot as needed and be flexible and nimble. And at the end of the day, we're here to support all of you. I mean, we say that, and sometimes that gets lost when you hear 90 million or you hear contracts or you hear big buildings. But it really comes down to, how do we support all of you? So there's a lot to unpack on NIL because it's just changing and evolving. But I think we've done a great job of administering all the aspects of it.
Right. And from a student athlete perspective, I agree.
I
Okay,
think you've
good.
done a great job.
That's good.
You're doing good.
Thank you.